Hey, family, friends, and fellow gnomies. Welcome to Grumpy Gnome Gaming. I am Grumpy Gnome. It is a Friday night, and I thought I would go ahead and do a night stream. Yes, my lighting is not professional, but it is what it is. I just needed to get some chill time in, so let's go ahead and continue with our little town of Pangaea. So, if you remember correctly, we started building out onto the lake. And let's see, are we paused? It appears that we are. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so far this gives us a good aerial view of what's going on with our settlement, our little Pangaea town. So, this was our initial hub over here. This has the hunter-gatherer, a wood chopper, and a forester. We got a barn to collect all the foods, and we got a nice healthy stockpile. And we built some mines here just to get us this crossroad access. We came down here and kind of built what's going to be like a town center for us. The town center's main drive is going to run out here, in which the port town is going to start. And if I'm not mistaken, the last episode we talked about gathering some more iron ore and getting our tools back into production. As you can see, we have 0 tools, and that's not happy, because bannies without tools is just not a pleasant thing. So let's go ahead, get this fired up. We will select ore. You know what? Yeah, let's focus on ore first, just because we want to get, I think did I pull all the ore out of here already? Yeah, I did. Yeah, we'll just clear that whole area. There we go. That should be good for now. And let's go ahead and start her away. Okay, so while they're going out, they're going to start collecting the ore. And then we will go ahead. This is our blacksmith. No, it's not. I don't know why we got a tailor in there. Close you out. Blacksmith, we'll put you in so you can start right away. And it looks like we got some builders going on down here, so let's stop them. And I don't remember what else we talked about doing, but we're doing well. Anyway, we do have our full-time person in the stables now. And the reason I wanted that was to get our wool production going. As you can see, the gatherer really produces almost twice as much food as the hunter. And so it's a hit or miss thing. The thing I'm afraid of right now is that we're going to run out of protein. We still have 750 in venison. There's probably some duck meat someplace in here too. Right down here, 0, of course. And it is what it is. But anyway, let's check out our blacksmith here, make sure that he's doing what he's supposed to do. Wow, I'm surprised I can't navigate this well anymore. Yeah, so he's just hammering away. So he's going to make us some tools. We got 11 up here already. As you can tell, the tool shortage has been alleviated. And I'm going to go ahead and kick his tool limit up to 99999. One thing I'm going to try to do is talk slower. I still haven't found my voice. And what I'm trying to say is there's recordings where I talk very fast, and it gets to the point that I go into a topic and then for some reason I get sidetracked like a squirrel, and I completely forget what I want to talk about, and I never go back and finish my thought. And I'm realizing that, you know what, that really isn't good for quality production. So I want to focus on talking slower, putting a little bit more thought and creativity into what I'm saying, and hopefully it'll make more sense for you guys as well. Basically what I'm doing here by selecting these outside areas is just keeping them busy. If I haven't got anything for them to do, they might as well collect resources. The mushrooms, roots, onions, and there's one more. Can't think of it right now. Those are the most common produce that this map will produce. And what we want to do is, okay, we basically, these three up here, if I can trade those off for something else, I will. But normally in the trading posts, food does not trade well if it trades at all. For instance, these are probably worth 1 unit each, and in most cases, you can't even trade those off. Okay, see what happened now? We put our herdsmen into the stable. We've already got 2 domesticated animals. Once we hit 4 domesticated animals, then the wool production begins. This button here is for animal pens, and as you can see, we have 3 choices for animal pens. We have the sheep here that's going to give us wool, and it says occasional leather. The cow here is going to give us our milk, and then with the milk we can build a dairy, and then the dairy is going to produce butter and cheese. And it says here that we also get leather from the cow. And finally, we've got the egg pen. And the egg pen, it's going to give us feathers and eggs. Now, I would prefer the feathers and eggs over the milk because we're actually going to get 3 buildings that are going to focus on being a tailor. We've got one here that's going to make warm coats. We got another one here that's going to take up the bulk of the wool and make wool coats. And then I could build the dock workshop, and with the feathers and the reeds that are going to be produced here, they'll make survival coats. And I don't remember what the value of a survival coat is. For some reason 15 comes to mind, but it might only be 8. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and plop this guy down already, because once we get enough domesticated animals, see, they pulled everything that we had and already put it into this, and that way they're just going to go ahead and go right into the production. You'll see that this sign right here above our venison butcher, that means that he is now out of venison, so I can pull him off of that and we don't need to worry. And the one other thing that I really wanted to focus on here was making sure that we have, families to housing. You always, let me take that back. You don't always. I like to keep these 2 numbers the same. If I've got 7 families, I want 7 houses, because I just want to keep producing I just want family production to be a steady, I don't know how you put it. I like to keep my population growing. And I'm going to drop 2 there. So that's, once they build this, that is going to take at least 2 away. Come on, guys, finish it up. And if that doesn't house everybody, now I'm 4 and 6. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to go ahead and unload my first dock shanty over here. See, the 22-year-olds that moved in here, that's actually fairly old. I don't want to say it's old, but it is. We could have done better with the. And I don't want to remove. Why do I have remove structures? Okay, they got the cold symbol here, which basically means that there's not enough firewood to go around. So with that said, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go ahead and open up my firewood guy again. If we really get desperate for firewood or something to heat the homes with, we can always start doing the reeds over here and do bundles. It's not a preferred method of mine. I usually just like to stick with the firewood, but knowing that the reeds are available, that makes it nice also. And our food is still going up. Our health is still awesome. Oh, and look at this. We got it built. So right away I'm going to pop in my herdsman. And now the wool production has begun. So now the next focus that I'm going to have is getting my dock area set up over here. And we're going to get our trade network running. So let me go ahead and pull some more docks down this direction. I'm going to, let's go 1, 2. That should be happy. And the first thing I'm going to drop in right there is my market. And we got plenty of wood to build it. So sticking into the dock, this little fleur d'or here is the dock symbol. We're going to come here. Nope, I lied. We're going to go here. There's our dock market. And the dock market is kind of tricky because it has a 3-way entry point. You can enter from the top, you can enter from the left, and you can enter from the bottom. But you cannot enter from the right-hand side. It really doesn't matter to me because on the right-hand side is actually where our first, do I want to keep, yeah, I'll keep it like that. That's where the first, what do you call it, trading post is going to go. 5, 6, I'm pretty sure this is the way I planned it. So I'm going to drop the market in like this. And then I'm going to run, this is only for aesthetics, there's really no, and see that's the market, so 1 right there. And then I'm going to drop in my first trading post. Right there. That's going to keep them busy for a while You can see that I've got 10 people here. I've only got 4 kids, but with those 4 kids, I am already going to go ahead and pop in a teacher. And what that's going to do is, this is now forever going to run. And those 4 children there are going to become our first educated workers. The symbol here above the woodcutter means that he has reached his maximum. And wow, look at this. We got a child born here, child born here, child born here. Yeah. It's going to get, we're going to grow population real quick. Like the woodcutter, I could take him off. By default, they go to the labor force if they have nothing to do here. A lot of people don't favor that because they can't control these people as well as they can control a selected laborer. And of course, when we need to get wood, there's nothing more irritating than having your woodcutter clear on the other side of the map when the need for wood is important. So let's go ahead. Oh, flax 465. See how that flax is just shooting up? I'm going to go ahead and plop in our linen weaver now. Once again, these linen clothes here, those are going to sell for 8 units each, which is good because I always stock them in 125 units because 125 units of linen will equal 1,000. And when you start doing trades in the trading posts, you're going to be doing a lot of math to keep up with to basically work out your conversions. Anyway, let's go ahead and clear the rest of this just to make it look pretty and so we can work with it. Because I think I need to do one flattened area right behind these houses here. Because remember when we tried to put that road in, I don't think the road went well. Or it didn't fit in right behind here, see? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just flatten maybe 9 up and 2 or 3 over. Trading post is done. That's going to start attracting traders. And with our wool already in production here, we are actually going to start putting some full-time tailors in. So my first tailor is going to be the one that, whoops, hello, wrong one. My first tailor is going to be focused on warm coats because these give you the best bang for your buck. These will sell for 20 units each, and he's going to be full-time. And what I could do with him, since I don't really have enough labor force to juggle around, is once he runs out of leather, I can switch him to straight up wool. Why did I not get this guy placed? I see. Let's shut this guy down. That's why he burned all of the leather. Once again, it's just a mistake. I should have shut this down, and then that would have forced the laborer here, as you can see. So now, we're going to have the wool production here. Well, the warm coats. We're going to have linen here. And I'm going to go ahead. Should I do that? You can already see that I lost my first person from old age up here. Also, my health is going down, so that's basically saying, hey, we need some protein. Now here's the thing. If, oh, we got a woodcutter we can use. Yeah, get out of there. Okay, now we got 2 work. You always want to keep 1 laborer primed up right here. Because if you lose your teacher, you're going to lose all the students that are currently going to that school. And they will not have an education, and they immediately get dumped into the labor force as uneducated workers. So you can see here that the blacksmith died. No laborer was available to replace him, so nobody filled that position. Same thing with the teacher. So this is telling me we need to get some protein. This is telling me I need to build something to make these guys happy. So one thing that we can do, since we got a nice chunk of blueberries here, is we can go ahead and put this into production, which will create cider. And I'm really not wanting to use this right now, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is pull... Who should I pull? I'm going to pull my herdsman here. I'm going to let the oats build up a bit. So I'm going to pull my herdsman, turn this off, otherwise that might shut down. Get him out of there. And I'm going to go ahead and put him into the hunter. It is winter time, so there's a good chance that he's going to find something. And what I want to do, in addition to getting the protein going, is I want to build up enough venison that I can turn on my butcher again. There is one more thing that we can drop in this area that will increase... Well, actually, there's 2 things that we can do to increase happiness. And here comes our trader. We could drop a well, which is located in here. You go to Civic Buildings, and you can see we've got a number of wells to choose from. This is the vanilla well that has the nice little stones around it. It is a 3x3 footprint. If you don't want the 3x3 footprint, you can go with the single roadless well, and you'll see that it has a circle of influence. That's actually serves 2 purposes. Number 1, it increases the happiness for the people that are inside that circle. And number 2, if a fire breaks out in town, that is the radius that the people can go to that well to retract water to put out the fire. The Nomad Well here, it does have a circle of influence, and this well will actually attract nomads. And in one of my builds, I just went crazy. All of my wells were Nomad wells. I had a couple different town centers. This town hall here, I had the mini town hall, and I had the homecoming statue, all of which attract nomads. This one here, the tiny town hall, I love the way it looks. I think that this is one of the most awesome little buildings, but this one will not attract nomads. And neither will the... Oh, he's already gone. We didn't act fast enough with him. But it's not like we had anything to sell, so I'm going to go ahead and, just for aesthetic reasons, we're going to close this off. So 1 there. Let's put 1 there. And then I think I need a single in the middle. Just like that. and that'll let them run around there. So now we've got our market, which you can already see is getting full of stuff, and this is really going to start filling up once this production area gets going, because like I said, I'm going to drop a, what do you call it, a dock workshop here for mainly rope, because the rope is going to bring in 35 units, and that's going to be a good commodity for our trading area. Let's go ahead and throw a couple more dock pieces out here. So there's one, two, three, boom. And you can tell by how fast they're coming out here that they really have nothing to do. So let me pause for a second. Because they have nothing to do, I want to go ahead and just have them collect some more stuff. Remember I said we were going to go ahead and flatten some area here. Because we cleared all the resources already, we can go straight to this tool. The difference between this one, the red, and this one here is the red one will destroy all of the resources, when the white one here will allow you to at least collect the resources before it destroys them. So we're going to go ahead and flatten this, boof, remove it, and now we'll be able to build our road behind our house right there. And we're going to go ahead. Oh, did I not space? 1, 2, 3, 4. There should have been a space there. Ah, that's why I can't do that, because we need to flatten. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right there would be my spot. Do 2. Boom, just like that. And 2, 3, 4. I think that's it right there. Boom. And now we should be able to build a road between our two houses. Just like that. And good going. Domesticated animals. Yes, see, we've already got another 1 going. 3 more, and we can build our second pen over here. And how are we doing with families? 6 and 5, so I'm going to go ahead and drop another house already. He's used up all the blueberries. Let's get him out of there. And what we could do, how many builder laborers we got? We got 3. I'm actually going to drop our herbalist in for a little while. My reason for that is the herbalist may give us that additional tick. So we've got 2 things that are going to work on bringing this back up to 5. We now have a hunter that's going to bring in protein to balance out our diet. And we're going to have an herbalist that's going to bring in medicines to improve our health. So between those 2 combined, we should get our tick back. Another thing that we want to think about dropping in here shortly is a church and a cemetery. We're obviously going to miss the first die-off of our original founders. We've already lost our blacksmith. And if we were to find the wife, she's by herself right here. And actually, no, it was the woman who died. And now this is the man. He's 71. So he's probably lived a good life. I don't expect him to be around too much longer, as morbid as that sounds. So, as far as the cemetery and graveyard goes, I've always kind of built it right off this little point right here, because I guess I thought that, whoops, hello. There's our 30-minute timer. I've always thought this was like a really cool area for the church and stuff. So that's going to lead us into the next thing, which is we need to start building some bridges so we can expand out. So with that said, how are we looking? 2 laborers, and we've got hunter-gatherer working up here. I'm going to go ahead and pop in my stable herder again, because once again I really want to get my domesticated animals in. And all is good. We can actually call it an episode right there. So what did we do in this episode? Let's rehash this real quick. We continued our build out onto the lake by placing the dock market, and we have placed our first trading post. And one thing that you're going to now notice is the trading posts are actually going to be a repetitive build. And that's what I said. This is actually going to be a real true fishing or port of call, because the boats come in through the river and they've got this entire length that's going to be all trading posts where they can just come in and dock in here. Halfway into this lake, I'm going to drop another market. And I believe we have also discussed maybe dropping a market closer into our village center. And as far as my large markets go, this is always going to be my preferred one. As we discussed, it's got the smallest footprint, but it's got a huge circle of influence. Just to get an idea of where we're at, the linen, we've already got 142 linen cloths. Remember, each one of those is worth 8. So 125 gives us 1,000. If we look at the coats, I know we got some coats here someplace. Warm coats, we've already got 7 of them. Each warm coat is worth 20. So now we've already got 2 times 7, 14, 140 units worth of the warm coats with just this small amount. Of course, somebody just grabbed one. We'll see what this guy has to offer. Okay. He is bringing us flax, which, let's pause, I am going to buy this. And my reason for this is a raw material that I am going to use to produce something more valuable. So in other words, I'm going to buy it at 2 units each. I'm going to manufacture it and then turn around and sell it for 8 units. And the feathers, I'm going to go ahead and grab those, because with the feathers and the reeds, we can already do survival coats. So let's go ahead and purchase the 33 of those that he has, and that's going to cost us 66 because each one has a cost of 2 units. We're going to take the whole 166 feathers that he has here, and see, we need to come up with only 232. We can do that with no problem. So the first thing I'm probably going to do is take our linen, and where's that at? Let's just go ahead and bring in, well, we don't even need a lot. So 8, let's bring in, well, what the heck, 50. Oops, hello. So 5 times 8 is 40. Add a 0, that's going to give us 400. That should be more than enough. Gold glitter, I don't do anything with the gold, never have. So I've always sold it off. But you know what? Maybe in late game, we're going to get into some production there. Let's go ahead and get our 50 here first. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to assign a trader. He's going to run out and get us our 50, what do you call it? The 50 linens. And then we're going to go ahead and get our trade going. So let's watch how this plays out. So unpause. And here he comes with the wheelbarrow. Boom, there's 50. Stop. And what we can do is we can just kind of kick it up and kick it up and kick it up. And there's 140. So we're overpaying by 8. So I'm going to drop 1 down. Make that 30 a 29. And there we go. Even money. Let's go ahead and trade it. Boom. And now we just added 33 flax and 166 feathers. We're done with this guy. Thank you very much. And dismiss. And actually, this is early trading. Because a lot of people, when they play this game, they don't have any commodities that they can focus on trading. But I've always been a strong believer in the wool market, and it's working, so I'm happy with it. All right, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and call it at that. We built our portico. It's growing nicely. We've actually got some people housed over here. If I'm not mistaken, we still need one more house, so you know what? We'll open that one. And we have built our first wool pen. And of course, remember the snafu from the last episode. If we were to have had the gatherer here, this would have been in production much sooner. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked this episode. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. So, once again, thank you for coming on by. I am Grumpy Gnome. I'll see you in the next one, and we are out of here for now. Bye-bye, guys.